One hero in Call of Dragons that honestly does not get enough love is Ordo. Honestly, there's not enough videos out, and do you know what? I'm changing that. I'm changing that right now. And we're gonna give the boy his love, because honestly, this big boy orc with his little Dumble hairdo, his back is hurting, guys. His back is hurting from the amount of carrying he does for your alliance. And I'm going to showcase why, and if you don't know why and this isn't obvious, then you guys are amateurs and you need to get up to date with the building meta. Hello, yes, smash like, comment and subscribe for more daily videos with me and MrSneakyy. And you know what? Ordo needs some loving. I've not made really videos on the actual blue commanders themselves. We've done a really good gathering guide and we did mention him in there, and you guys can, as you said in the comments, use this hero if you really want to gather specifically mana. Just make sure you use your primary or even in the secondary, because it is a passive skill, so you're going to get benefits anyway as long as it's included in some sort of configuration, right? But this guy is honestly the PogChampers. Honestly, Ordo carries so many alliances. Why? Because he's honestly the master builder of the game. Yes, we've got players like Nico, and we do have obviously Craig in the game that does have engineering bonuses. But the problem is we generally use his heroes with talent pages such as like this one for mobility, or maybe with your Nico you're gonna have like maybe a precision tree with marksman, for damage. You can run different talent trees which are damage-based trees. So you're not really going to use them for engineering, because engineering is honestly a job. It's a big job, and Ordo does it perfectly. Why? He has some really good little skills that he can pump off, like his shield factor, so he survives when he's building. Even if it's a small amount, it's nice enough. But it's the fact that you're gaining 20% increase to your building, and then a bonus of an extra 20% when destroying barricades or alliance buildings. So he's an insane monster when it comes to, obviously, engineering and destruction, building, you name it. And obviously the tip and trick, as you guys should know if you're not using it, is always have your Ordo equipped with the Potion of Vigor. Honestly, I maxed this thing out as fast as I could. Why? You get a 27% increase on building engineering. And the more scary thing is when you get it leveled up, you have 30 minutes of 100% worth of engineering, which is scary, guys, because you can be leaving your base with maybe 4 to 6 million engineering score, and if you're doubling that up to 8 to 12 million, you can imagine now how fast certain buildings are going to build up, right? So how would you build him, you might be asking, right? How are you going to build a builder in this game? So I kind of build them obviously through the engineering tree. You need that, but you need to think of how your open field is going to look. So I'm going to talk about that more when we start to discuss some of the keystone choices, because obviously we're going to go down the attack, march speed route, as well as health, so we can get basically obviously 2 our flags faster. March speed's very important when we're coming into this. But as you can imagine, the basic trees or basic talents here are always going to be engineering based talents until you hit 43, right? So what that means is we're going to have to take overall defense, but we're going to take fortification to increase again engineering by 10%. Now we're going havoc, so it increases engineering by 10% when we're destroying stuff, which is really good. And now this is where our first fork in the road and where you have a decision to make. So honestly, backup staffing is very powerful. It says your legion only has 80% of their engineering, but it will not be reduced if their unit count decreases. So what this means is, even if you have, say a 10 million engineering score, well, when you send that out, you're only going to have 8 million, because you're going to lose 20%, which is 2 million engineering score there. But what that means is, even at 100% troops, 50% troops, 1% troops, you still have 8 million building, which is insane if you are trying to basically almost suicide build and just focus on getting that thing done, right? But there is another option, and this is the one I kind of go for, which is your engineering is increased by 50% for 1800 seconds when building or destroying barricades and alliance, you know, buildings, right? This is just a nice flat bonus. This means, though, I have a mass amount of extra building score. However, if I start taking damage, I am going to lose that building score. So I might again have 10 million. But if I'm at 50%, well, I'm only at 5 million, you know, and then it goes down, it keeps reducing. So the way you want to pick these talents is determined on your, honestly, your area you're fighting in. Are you in maybe the weaker alliance or weaker zones and you're basically on the back foot? If so, you're probably going to want to take backup staffing, so you're always at least trying to pump out your building. But if you are the guys that are always on the offensive and you may be winning the open field fights, then engineering models is definitely going to be the one for you, because you're going to get even more building engineering score when you have this talent on and your march is always at 100% and you're just building or destroying something, right? So I hope that makes sense when you're going down this route. Now, as you can imagine, we're going to go down fortification, increase engineering, and then on top of this, which is really good, and I think one of the best things for Ordo, is you reduce 10% of your said wounds when you're building. So it's kind of really good, and this is what I would always take on either build, right? And the fact that, you know, you could be at 1% troop build with 8 million score, and you're now reducing that as well by 10%. It's really good value for having, just to save your hospital a little bit of your infantry bill. And then on top of this, we have now Eminent Domain, increases engineering again. And then we get the final, which is right to work, or you can choose workplace security. And this is the one I personally go for. I actually really like workplace security. It's funny that this kind of exists. It doesn't really give you much value. Maybe right to work's the better choice. Who knows? Someone might want to, you know, inform me, because I haven't really checked this out. But in my personal humble opinion, I personally like workplace security, because anytime I'm getting hit when I'm trying to build or destroy, I have basically a 30% chance to deal 100 damage factor, and that's every 5 seconds, which is really, really nice. It's just free damage, and again, this synergizes really, really well with backup staffing, right? Which you can imagine. Right to work is really cool. If you get targeted, you inflict gloom and basically slows, which is an attack speed reduction, a march speed reduction, meaning if they basically try and harass you and you just want, you know, your team to punish them, this is the one you want to go for, right? But you can see, I just personally think workplace security is better. It's a little bit more selfish, but that's what you want to go. But that's your 43 points. But now this is where you carry on going, guys. You actually keep going and increase any engineering you can by as much as you can. You don't really need to get homeward bound, but you can go Havoc. You can obviously go for Barricade Destroyer, which is destroying barricades in Season 1. This might get changed, as you can imagine, in the future. Or you can obviously go down stuff like overall speed and just try and get more march speed through even your tank tree here, and obviously using defense, just to get your troops there. The whole point of building and how good Ordo really is all down to how fast he can get to the flag and how quickly you and all your alliance members can basically build that flag. So you all need to be basically running maximum efficiency, and hopefully you're all running the same page, and that makes it even easier to understand how quick you, as an alliance maybe officer, you know, how long it takes to build a flag in a zone. And it's a really, really cool thing. So Ordo, you know, I don't really cover the Boy Wonder. We've not really done stuff like this before, but you know what? It's a nice little guide on how to set up a builder. This is going to be your primary commander, and if you really want to know how you can use this as a secondary, the secondary commanders I would recommend would be, if you need to, honestly, something like Nico, or even your Craig, again, just to give yourselves that engineering bonus. But just make sure these guys are in the secondary slot, and you just make Ordo your primary, so you can absolutely abuse the amount of engineering score you have. If you don't have these guys available, honestly, you just want anything tanky, maybe any sort of unit that gives you good counter-attack damage, something like Nika is really good. Just, again, counter-attack damage bonus 20%. You're just trying to build, right? So if you're inflicting counter-attack damage, that's the main damage that you're dealing, apart from the, obviously, talent pages that we've discussed on Ordo, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's basically all you need to know. And that one and only builder, the guy who needs definitely to see a chiropractor because his back is hurting from the amount of carrying he's doing for every alliance in the game right now, from building every single thing in the game. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hope you guys want to, you know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, show me some love. We're almost at 5k, and tell me your thoughts if you like this style of video, and if you do, we can maybe try some other ones. You know, if you want me to try Keller and Chakcha, we can, but like I said, we've already done the Gathering Guide, so maybe check out the Gathering Guide, and that will give you all the information you need on these other blue heroes in Call of Dragons. So until next time, stay safe, stay sneaky, peace out.